Welcome to Kansas. I'm here and it is sunsetting, sunrising. Sunset happened last night at the Petrified National Forest Park. I did the sunrise while I was riding around on my one wheel. That was fantastic. And now the sun is rising here in Kansas. I just got into Kansas about an hour ago from Oklahoma, and I am live streaming in front of me on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Actually, this is LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. And then, of course, on our attn.live software to the Amazon Alexa speakers. So if you'd rather listen than watch, you can say to your Amazon Alexa Echo device, Alexa, enable attn.live, and then say, Alexa, open attn.live, and then you'll ask what channel and say EN Utility, and you'll be hearing me in real time. The exact same thing that you might be watching. You can hear me on an Amazon Alexa device or our audio YouTube channel. So the sun is rising and it is beautiful. You know, there's not many things as unique and breathtaking to me as nature. I'm kind of a beach, ocean guy more than anything else, but I like it all, and I really like the uniqueness of a sunrise or a sunset. And I think sharing a sunrise with somebody is a super intimate thing. I got to do that with a friend in San Francisco recently. Got to do it with a couple of friends when I was at CES in Las Vegas in January. And some of my most favorite moments are sharing sunrises with my friends. So thanks for joining me, either by audio through the Amazon Alexa speaker or video for this sunrise. So I'd like to talk about light. You know, darkness is just simply the absence of light. And all of us carry what some might refer to as light or a light, sharing our light with the world, shining our light. And, you know, we co-create our life. We do not create our life on our own. Nobody is on an island in a vacuum. We are affected by other people. We are affected by our surroundings. And so there's a lot to be said about finding the right people and finding the right worldview and finding the right way of living that allows you to co-create your life in a way that lets your light shine more strongly. I think that's a big thing. And I think when you see a sunrise, you are reminded of how powerful just one light, of course, the ultimate light for us, the sun, how just one light can make such a profound impact and just light the whole earth up, at least this part of the earth here in Kansas. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to let your light shine. And, you know, a big part of letting your light shine is to know your identity. If you know who you are, then when you do things that don't line up with who you are, you don't have to feel guilt or shame. You can just acknowledge, like, oh, that wasn't my light. That's not really who I am. I'm an honorable, noble, valiant, loving, kind, gentle, gracious, strong human being. And that is the light that I bring to my own life, and that is the light that I bring to others. And when you do things that aren't that way, you know, if you can be set in your identity, it really shouldn't bother you and affect you all that much. Because we all have a tendency to self-implode a little bit and to make some decisions, maybe chaste and stupid, from time to time. But that doesn't necessarily in any way define who you are. You're not defined by actions you take. You're defined by who you are. The life that you have cultivated, and that life should shine. Today's a Sunday, I imagine that a couple billion, maybe billions and billions and billions of people will gather together, and they will exchange, learn from, teach, and meditate on different things that have to do with being the light. I think there's a couple billion people that would say they follow Jesus. There's probably a billion people that are tied to the Muslim faith, and a ton with the Hindus and the Buddhists. And although everybody has different beliefs, and I don't think every belief is the same, a lot of it is about gathering. And today is a day that many people do that. And they talk about light, right? And you think about the most famous man that's ever lived. He never wrote a song, never wrote a book, but there's been more songs about him, more books written about him than any other in all of time. And he talked about, don't hide your light, but let your light shine. And sunrises remind me of that. They remind me to let my light shine as a human. And I don't think that we want to just be mindful to let our light shine for others. I think it's really important to let your light shine for yourself. Look in the mirror, tell yourself kind, lovely things about who you are. Remind yourself about your positive, wonderful motivations in life, and call that forth. What I'm doing right now, here on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, and on Twitter and Instagram, and of course through our attn.live software to the Amazon Alexa device. What I'm doing right now is I'm calling the Attention Roadshow Vlog 007. And it reminds me of a man that I have as much honor for as anybody that I've gotten to know, that is not my dad. My dad's got #1 honor spot now and forever. But his license plate says 007 Joy. And so I was just thinking about that. It's like this is the 007 attn.live roadshow vlog. And I got to thinking about joy, and I got to thinking about how it makes me smile when I see his license plate, 007 Joy. The way that even just his license plate lets his light shine as he declares what's most important to him, to both experience and share joy with others. And so that's what's on my mind here on Sunday morning. I am driving to Kansas City in Missouri. I will be going to the Arrowhead Stadium. I'm going to go watch the Super Bowl there at the stadium. I've never done that before. My family's lived in San Francisco for 10 generations, and so you can imagine that I am deeply passionate and hoping that the Niners win. And if they do, I will be empathetic to all the people at the Arrowhead Stadium. And if the Niners lose, well then I will do my best to join in with their joy. And there's also a monument in Kansas City, Missouri that's very, very important to me that I will share with you later today with another live video. Also, I am doing this. I left my house 2 days ago, almost this exact time. It was about 46 hours. I left my house in Santa Cruz, drove down to Phoenix, and now driving to Kansas. And this whole trip is about letting the light of our attn.live software shine. And so, because I think there's a problem. The problem is if I want to communicate with all my friends on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter and Instagram, I have to have 5 different devices to do that at one given time. And all 5 devices have to have their own LTE card. But with attn.live, I can use one device and live stream my voice everywhere at one time. And so I think it's really important. Our software went from an idea to a strategy to an agreement and a plan and then a prototype that was real nitty gritty and didn't work perfect, to an alpha product that we could get to work almost all the time. And now finally we are in beta, and I have been self-funding the company and building it with the help of some incredible partners and friends. And now we are ready to take the next steps. We used our software to live stream at CES in January and at Project Voice, and obviously I'm doing it all month long in the car because I can better show you than tell you about it. And so this is also letting a light shine. I'm letting the light shine of what I've been pouring my love and my time and my money and my energy and my creativity, and this is my artistry, creating things like this. And now I'm letting it shine. And so I'm on the road for the next month, showing the world what it is that we have created. And there is a primary purpose. And the primary purpose is to connect with my friends that are investors. The truth is, if you're an angel, seed, venture capitalist, private equity, family office investor, and I don't know you and you don't know me, I'm happy to talk with you. But the reality is I have so many investors that I know well, and I haven't really told them what I'm doing. And this is my style of letting them know what's going on. It's to let them see passively. Now, honestly, if you're my friend and you are an investor and I think you're a good fit, you should expect to hear from me. I will be calling you. Maybe I'll FaceTime you suddenly and unexpectedly, because, I like to do fun things and build people's character that way. And so as I kind of gear up for that, I wanted everybody to see what I'm working on. I wanted to show this to people. I want people to get a vision for what could be. There's a lot of applications for this software. One would be politicians, right? You have all the Republicans and Democrats that want to communicate a message. And if they had an ability to do so seamlessly with our software, I think that would be a really beneficial thing for them. You have teachers, right? People, higher education, universities, or even people that teach elementary and high school and vocational programs. If they have the ability to live stream all their classes, all the times that they teach, how powerful that could be for them as teachers to be their own media company, to allow students that aren't there to get the information, to document what they're saying, to be able to have an easy way to transcribe and create the next textbook. You think about the application for broadcast companies, right? Clear Channel Communications or Salem Radio, or individuals like Joe Rogan or Howard Stern. You think about these folks that have something to say. They have audiences that want to hear from them. But if they want to go live on every device, or every platform, they either have to have all these devices with all these cards if they're mobile, or they have to have a big media team and professional equipment, and that becomes very complicated to use and use consistently. And then there's the battery issue, right? Like, I have to constantly charge my phones just in order to connect with all of you on these different platforms. There are so many problems around live streaming today. And we believe we've created the solution at attn.live. And so as I wrap up and close down the video portion, I will still be live streaming through the audio portion. And if you want to listen to me instead of watch, or maybe you're a person that's getting ready in the morning and you have me playing on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, and as you have me playing, you just put the phone down. You're not looking at me. Why waste the bandwidth? Why waste the battery? Just say to your Alexa device, any of your Echo Dots or Echo Shows or whatever it is you have, just say, Alexa, enable attn.live. And then say, Alexa, open attn.live. And Alexa will ask you what channel, say EN Utility, and you can hear me right now in real time. It is almost 7:45 Central Standard Time, and I am streaming right now to these devices. I'm also capturing it on my GoPro Hero 8 and my GoPro 360 because I just like to over capture. I figure it's better to have more than less. And that's always been a thing I've found a lot of enjoyment in, is using these different devices and trying new things out, and pushing the envelope and trying to see where the boundaries really lie around being able to tell a story. You know, because that's what I'm doing this month. I'm telling a story. I'm showing the world what's going on. Man, this sunrise is starting to crest, and it is so rad. Unfortunately, it's not over this shoulder. It's over this shoulder, and I'm not going to go reverse on the freeway. Sorry, everybody. But believe me, it looks rad. So I'm going to be doing live streaming consistently throughout the days for the next month. I'm on number 7, and it's been 46 hours. So if I keep this pace up, then I'll probably end up doing about 75 live streams in the next month. But I hope I take it up a notch and I do a lot more than this. I'd like to, do more. And I know from time to time I forget to just be natural. So I'm really trying to just be natural right now. But sometimes it's hard with a camera in your face, honestly. Like, when a camera's in your face, it is so easy to talk fast, talk loud, get intense, put on a show, be a performer. And I know there's something that's positive about that. I get that. Like, I do want to provide escapism and entertainment, but I really also just want you to join me in my car, you know? I just want you to join me in my car. Like, we're hanging out together, and I can tell you what's on my heart, what's on my mind. You know, right now it's to be a light. And I don't want to be weird about things. I just want to be natural about what I do. And so I hope you feel that from me. I hope you feel like this is relatable, like we're hanging out together and I'm just telling you what's on my heart. But I do have a lot of time this month, and I want to invite my friends to join me for live stream. You can jump on Zoom, or we could jump on one of the social media sites, and you can join me by just your voice or your voice in your video. I'd love to have a conversation, 5 or 10 minutes. Let's share our relationship with others. And if we don't have a relationship and you'd like to have one with me, well, I've met a lot of people as I've interviewed them and met them for the first time live streaming. Why not you? Obviously what I'm going to be interested in is talking about Attention Live and what I've built and what I'm experiencing on the road. But if you look how I describe myself as a father, a friend, a futurist, and a founder. So maybe you want to talk about family or friendship or relationships. You want to talk about the future, what could be, how we create a better future by first speaking it and then putting those words to action. Or maybe you want to talk about founding companies, founding ideas, being an entrepreneur. Those are fun things for me to talk about, as well as specific stuff. So maybe you have a book you wrote and you want to just promote your book. Well, probably come across better if I'm asking you about your book and I'm helping you promote it than if you did it by yourself, right? So I'm available, and I'm going to be looking for more things to talk about. Also, people don't know this, but I've interviewed over 300 people in the last 2.5 years. I've run a couple dozen of my own events, and I've been helping my other friends with their events, like, for instance, Manhattan on February 22nd, or February 20th, Thursday, in Manhattan. I will be doing the NFT NYC event, which is I think the world's largest event around video games, art, entertainment, automated contracts, supply chain management, all those things around what's called blockchain or distributed ledger, or some people call it crypto, but not necessarily cryptocurrency. It's more the other side of blockchain. I just finished up with Project Voice with my friend Badley Metrock. Finished up Voice Summit at CES with Pete Erickson. We're getting ready for his Voice Global. And I do all these events. I've interviewed hundreds of people. I haven't shared most of those videos. They just were live streamed and then saved to a hard drive. But over the course of the month, if I'm diligent, I'll probably start sharing some of those as well. And one of my favorite things to do in the world is take time lapses. And so I have usually 5 to 55 time lapses every day that I capture. And so maybe I'll be sharing some time lapses. And so as I do this, I don't need your feedback, but I sure welcome it. You know, if you'd like to tell me what you're interested in hearing about, if you'd like to tell me about the things that are connecting most with you, that you see me pumping out, like I'm all ears, you know? I mean, I want the things that I do to be beneficial. And obviously I'm going to gravitate more and more and more over time to doing things that are audio focused. I will not keep focusing on video because I don't think it's what you want to do. I don't think you want to watch me. I just don't. And it doesn't really matter how good I look or bad I look or what environment I'm in. I just don't think people want to sit down and watch others. I think it's okay. It's a cool option. But if you could just hear people, and that's why podcasting has gotten so big. You know, radio didn't die. Radio had a rebirth. It rose like a phoenix from the ashes into podcasting. And what I call the attn.live product is a live podcasting tool. That's what it is, right? We eliminate the need for a producer or a director. You don't have to do pre-production or any post-production. You don't have to distribute. It's all basically just done. You just open attn.live and go to your account and press start stream, and that's it. You're ready to go. And we think that is a really, really cool product that individuals and organizations will be excited to implement into what they're already doing, right? Because ideally, people don't really change what they're doing. They keep having the same conversations. They keep doing the same podcasts. They keep talking about the same things, but they just add the element of saying start stream. And it takes the edge off if it's not video, right? Like, I'm mindful of how I look right now, and you're judging me. And you know, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be judging me. Don't judge me. And it wouldn't be the same way if it was just audio. Take the pressure off. You know, it's easier to do. If I meet a new friend, I say, hey, you want to live stream a video? They might be like, whoa, I'm not ready to live stream a video. And then I persuade them to do it anyways. And then they think to themselves, why did I let Ian persuade me to do that? But if it was audio and I persuaded them to do it, they're probably going to feel pretty comfortable, right? Because it's easier. But you know what? It's not just easier to create audio. It's easier to consume audio. And I think about all the people that they don't read or write, but they're smart. And they have something to give the world. Maybe they know how to cook. Maybe they know how to raise kids. Maybe they know how to teach. Maybe they know how to do art. But maybe they do read and write, but they don't speak a major language. Well, with the voice devices, everything's going to change. The least of these are going to have the same opportunity that the most advantaged people have. And I want to be a part of that. And I am a part of that. It's why I'm involved in all the voice tech conferences. It's why I'm involved in all the blockchain conferences. All this works together. It's all for a purpose. And so me spending a month on the road, enjoying things like this sunrise or last night's sunset or the Phoenix Open I went to yesterday or the Arrowhead Stadium I'm going to today, you know, I get to bring you along and keep telling you the same story. I have a lot more to say. There's a lot more details, but it is a little complicated to understand the problem that I'm trying to explain with live streaming to these 5 platforms and the solution that we've created with just one place to do it all. So I just think easier to show than to tell. And this is one way of showing. So back to what I started with. Be a light. Turn your light on. You know, for Christmas I got this little beanie. It has a light. Like, you got the light inside. You just got to turn it on. Like, be loving instead of hateful. Don't demonize people. And even worse, please don't glorify people. People can't handle being glorified. We're not supposed to be glorified by people or demonized by people. We're all just people. It's not loving to treat people that way. I see all this craziness going on with the impeachment trial or with Brexit, or people that are so passionate for abortion or against abortion, for marijuana, against marijuana, for homeschooling, against homeschooling. And then you got CNN just constantly demonizing, and Fox, they're demonizing and demonizing. It's all just this big, silly, primal, not enlightened way of living. It's not loving to demonize or glorify people or organizations. We should be kind to one another, be empathetic, be optimistic, be positive, try to put yourself in other people's shoes. That's being a light, because people are going to watch you if you do that. They're going to listen to you if you do that. And they're going to drop their guard, right? Like, I keep telling everybody the last couple of days, I'm going to Washington, D.C. And what I'm going for is the National Prayer Breakfast that is being put on. And I was invited to attend, and there's several politicians and business people and folks that I want to meet about attn.live there. Now, I've heard positive things about the National Prayer Breakfast my whole life. And the truth is, a lot of times people glorify it. And then I see a documentary on Netflix that demonizes it. It's just a gathering of people. It's not as good as the people that are part of the family think it is. And it certainly isn't as bad as the people think it is that are looking from the outside. We ought to be kind. Like, let's take the pressure off. Let's just let our light shine. Let's try to accomplish things together. So that's what I'm doing. So also, if you're in DC, if you happen to be at the National Prayer Breakfast, I will be there. I have a couple friends that help lead that are helping set my agenda. So I will do my best to work around your schedule and connect with you while I'm there. After that week, I'll probably go to Puerto Rico. It's been too long, and that's where my company is based. And I may have to go out to Bulgaria to go spend time with some friends in Bulgaria and Ukraine. Maybe not this trip, maybe in March, but I got to go soon, so I might try to make it happen. And then back in Manhattan for the big conference, NFT NYC, with my friends Jody Rich and Cameron Bale. And then finally my boys will fly in on Friday, February 21st. I'll take them to Times Square and Central Park, and then I'll drive them across the nation. And they can see things they've never seen before, like snow all over the ground. And what a cool experience that is going to be for them and for myself. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this month with you. And if you have input, if you have advice or feedback or questions, I welcome it. And if you are an investor and you're a friend of mine and you want to really know what it is that we've built and how it works and how much money we're raising and why we're raising that money, the use of the proceeds, the big ambition of where we're going ultimately. Twitter built a platform that transformed the way we communicate by text. YouTube created a platform that transformed the way we communicate by video. And my intention is to both create and leverage the existing platforms that are transforming the way that we communicate with each other and with technology by voice. Thank you so much for joining me by video. I'll be ending the live stream by video and still going on with the audio.